Preparing to live stream the meeting.
Oh, I gotta send this link to Sarah Beth.
Yep. Yep, you can send it to all of your friends. Preparing to live stream the meeting. Oh, that's my name.
Oh.
Not my name, my voice. I'm gonna mute the stream. We are live, folks. Okay, I will put the link in the chat here so you can share it with whoever you want to share it with. There we go. Wonderful. I'm gonna put it on my link tree.
I just almost sent that to the Holy Trinity instead of Taylor and Sarah by accident. Wrong trio.
Alrighty. So I put the link up. You should all have it. I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes because who knows what's happening on the other side of the internet.
This is how I felt during the live stream today. I was just sitting there and waiting for something to happen, and then I just turned it off. I was like,
I can see if people are joining. That's a thing I can do.
yeah, that's
There are 8 people watching. Wow.
Oh, that's terrifying.
9. Okay.
I'm one of them.
Me too.
I am also
one of them.
Okay, it's just us. It's just us.
Okay.
It's just like really weird to see.
Yeah.
Tessa, I need you to know that the ad that's popping up under my Debating the Dice live stream is Shadow and Bone. So
yes! Yes! Oh, do the view with just the videos on. Okay, so if you go into, I think, video settings, you can click hide non-video participants, and then you will only see the people with their videos on. And it'll be like watching a regular show or something. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh, I should probably post on the Instagram that we're live. Maybe I should do that. That might help me.
Oh, look, there are people in the chat. That's cool.
Real people in the chat. That sounds so sad.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm just gonna post everywhere. This is exciting.
Tessa, do you want to send it to the FBC thing or should I?
You do it. I'm not sure how they feel about me.
Tessa, we're streaming. Let's not say that. And I forgot.
I love you, Tessa.
Love you too. All right. People maybe let me know in the chat once you've sent it to the people you want to send it to, and we will we can get started. I think I'm done. I think.
I forgot Discord existed, so give me 10 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm so happy that people's friends are coming. That's exciting. I don't. Alrighty. If you're watching on the stream right now, we're gonna get started soon. Just a couple more minutes. I keep forgetting that we're actually streaming. All right, are we all set? Is everybody all set?
All right. I need to know if y'all can hear this before we start. I probably should have done this earlier, but
I think people can because we're. Oh,
the song, the music. Yeah. I just need to know if they can hear that. I got my phone turned up all the way, so hopefully. Oh, hey, maybe if we actually play the song.
Yeah.
Can you hear it? Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Hey.
Do we wanna start introducing the show?
Yeah.
All right, let's get started.
Hi, my name is Skip Francis, and this is my lovely composer, Tessa.
Hello.
And we are about to present the full show of Debating the Dice. This is a musical about finding yourself and accepting your identity and finding the people who care about you for you. It's definitely not projecting or anything like that. But we really hope you all enjoy it, and we really hope you enjoy this amazing cast that we have. We're very excited, and we're definitely going to introduce them all by name after the show is over because we can't bow. So that'll be our curtain call. But yeah, so without further ado, here we go, debating the dice. Oh,
What?
I forgot one bit of housekeeping that I forgot to say before. If we're playing music like in Among the Stars or in Hey God, I'm not gonna read stage directions during the music because that's gonna stress me out. Cool, great, all right.
Let's go.
Let's do this thing. Hey God, it's me, Avery. Is it true what Mom says that you hate me? See, I missed church on Sunday, thought it was no big deal. But Mom says you hate me now. Is that true? Is it real?
Avery, I want you to tell Father Michael exactly what you did.
Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. This Sunday I skipped church to have a sleepover with my best friend Elle. I know this is a mortal sin, so I hope you can forgive me.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. That's all I've ever known. And every time Mom barges in, I know it's time to go. But I was taught in Sunday school that you don't know how to hate unless I'm gay or disagree or if I show up to church late. Mom says, do you hate me? See, she caught me with metal Robinson, and I thought for sure she'd kick my teeth in, but all she told me was just how angry you'll be, and how disappointed Dad would be in me.
What the hell were you thinking? Are you going to answer me? I come home from a church event to find you kissing some girl? I thought you said Meadow was your best friend.
He is.
Then you should have been smarter so you wouldn't lose her. Her parents are sending her to summer camp, and after that, she will want nothing to do with you. Neither will the rest of our town once they've heard what you've done.
Forgive
If we had the money, I would send you myself. This better be the last time that I ever catch you with a girl, Avery Denise Williams, or I will make sure it is the last thing you ever do.
Yes, ma'am.
Say your prayers, Avery. I hope he finds a way to spare you.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, that's all I've ever known. And every time Mom barges in, I know it's time to go. But I was taught in Sunday school that you don't know how to hate, unless I'm gay or disagree, or if I show up to church late. Hey God, it's me, Ollie. At least that's what I hope people call me. See, I kind of fucked up and told Mom the truth. So now she's convinced I'm some punishment from you.
Avery Williams! Avery! Avery Denise Williams!
My name is Ollie.
No, it isn't. Your name is Avery Denise Williams. Your father named you after his mother. Do you want to disappoint your father?
My name is Ollie.
I knew I shouldn't have let you cut your hair. You think you're a boy now.
I'm not a boy, I'm non-binary.
You are confused. Those people aren't real.
I'm real, Mom.
Get out of my house!
Mom, please just think about
I
it.
said get out!
Forgive me, Father, 'cause I fucked up, and I know it's my fault. But this time when she barges in, I won't be there at all. 'Cause I was taught in Sunday school that you don't know how to hate. So maybe can you get through to her, or is it too late? Hey God, it's me, Ollie.
The scene opens with Ollie, visibly upset and disoriented at a doorway, and Aunt Lucy sitting on the couch. Ollie presses on the door frame, and there is a sound effect of a doorbell. Aunt Lucy gets up from the couch and opens the door.
Avery?
Aunt Lucy frets over Ollie while taking the bag in their hands. She leads them to the couch and sets her stuff behind it while looking over Ollie. She seems extremely concerned.
What happened? Why are you out in the rain? Where's your mom?
Mom kicked me out.
Aunt Lucy looks angry for a minute, then continues to fret over Ollie.
Why on earth would she do that? You're like the best kid I've ever met. You never get into trouble. Your grades
I'm
are
non-binary.
okay. This is gonna sound awful, but what does that mean?
It means I don't really feel like a girl or a boy. I want to use they, them pronouns, and I just sort of vibe.
Oh,
There's a noticeable pause. Aunt Lucy takes a deep breath before hugging Ollie. Ollie accepts the hug. They begin to cry as Aunt Lucy rubs their back.
she really kicked you out for that? For being you?
Yeah, she did.
God, that pisses me off. She raises you for 17 years and she just drops you like that? God, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna walk over there right this second and kill her.
Aunt Luce,
Yeah,
do you think you could call me Ollie?
of course I can. Kid, I'll call you anything you want me to.
I have another question.
Shoot.
Can I stay here for a couple weeks? I promise I'll get a job and move out as soon as I can. I don't really have anywhere else to go right now.
Kiddo.
It's totally okay if not. I can see if Elle's parents will let me crash there or bait. I know that you've got work and...
Lucy raises
Kid.
silence Ollie, who rails off.
You can stay here as long as you need. Hell, you can stay here forever.
Really?
Really.
Aunt Lucy wraps Ollie in another hug, and the lights begin to fade out. When the lights come back on, the set is changed into Ollie's bedroom, which is simply a desk chair, and a bed. The only difference from Ollie's bedroom here is that there's a very noticeable red blanket that is old and faded over time. Ollie is standing by their desk when the lights come back up, and Aunt Lucy is sitting on the bed, smoothing out the blanket.
All right, we're all set up. Where's the rest of your stuff?
It's at Mom's.
Okay. Do you want me to go get it?
You don't have to. I know you and Mom don't really get along well, and she's really angry.
Ollie, you're more important to me than some beef I have with your mom. Do you want your stuff?
Yeah.
Then I'll go get it. Is Elle picking you up in the morning?
Yeah, she'll be here around 7:30.
Then you should probably get some sleep, huh?
Probably.
Aunt Lucy chuckles and gives Ollie a hug. Ollie opens the covers, getting under them before looking up.
I think I'm gonna be okay, right?
Lights fade out. End scene. Scene 3 is between Diana and Aunt Lucy, and it's not completely finished yet because there's an important song that's going to take up for most of it. So we're going to skip right along to scene 4, which also has a song that isn't finished. But after the song Roll the Dice, Ollie enters the door on the back of the set. The lights fade out and the music ends. The school set pulls apart into two, revealing a classroom. Ollie takes a seat at a desk, and crew Evelyn, Phoebe, Noah, Bit, and DJ are already sitting there. Miss Jacobs stands at a podium in the front of the classroom, which is actually stage right as the desks are on stage left, while Meadow and Max stand near her.
All right, Meadow, Max, this is the last round of debates before finals. Whichever one of you wins this will get 4 weeks to research the next topic before debating our other semifinal winner, Avery, for team captain.
4 weeks?
Our first competition isn't for 2 months, and I want our final captain debate to be something challenging. We'll have a captain the day before we get our study information for the first debate.
Meadow nods in agreement before turning to shake Max's hand. After she does this, Max smiles shyly at Ollie as Miss Jacobs begins to speak again.
All right. You two have been researching the subject of religion in school for 2 weeks now. Meadow, you won the coin toss, so you'll get to present your research first, which was pro-religion.
The lights fade out on the part of the stage that Meadow, Miss Jacobs, and Max are standing on, and they freeze. Meanwhile, a semi-bright spotlight lands on Ollie, Bit, and DJ. Ollie is facing the crowd while Bit and DJ are facing each other on either side of them.
Okay, so what exactly happened with Alonzo?
She just put her arm around me. It probably doesn't mean anything.
Bit.
Doesn't mean anything. Avery, it's obvious she likes you.
I wouldn't say that yet. She might have been trying to piss Meadow off, and all you gotta do for that is act gay.
Right, and I don't even know if she's gay.
You're being over anxious again.
Forget I said anything. Shouldn't we be paying attention?
The lights come back onto Meadow, Miss Jacobs, and Max, and the two students continue to debate. Meadow has her arms crossed across her chest with a smirk as if she has won, but Max looks confident.
I want to point out that the only religion you advocated for in your speech was Christianity, when freedom of religion in schools should include all religions, such as Hinduism, Islam, Judaism, and more. This ignorance of these religions is exactly the reason that putting religion in schools is a bad idea, as it will most likely lead to that exact ignorance.
Max continues to talk until the lights fade out and the spotlight comes back up on DJ, Bit, and Ollie.
You guys are not ready for what I have planned. If any of your characters make it out alive, I'll be surprised.
Valley will be completely fine.
So will Davy.
How come you always make your characters have guy names?
The lights come up suddenly on Meadow, Max, and Miss Jacobs. Meadow looks pissed while Max is smiling triumphantly.
I think we've heard all that we need to hear. Meadow, you make a good argument, but ultimately Max's points were just stronger.
Max smiles at Ollie and they smile back, absolutely beaming. Miss Jacobs turns towards the rest of the group.
All right, Meadow crew, since you two lost in the semifinals, you get to choose the finalist debate topic.
Crew walks to the front of the room where Meadow is standing and they whisper to each other. The audience should be able to see the anxiety that this is causing for Ollie. Meadow walks over to the podium where Miss Jacobs is standing and Miss Jacobs moves out of the way to give her the spotlight. Meadow smirks like a Disney villain because, good God, this girl has evil schemes.
Well, we're going to bounce off of something that was said earlier today. With new haircuts and new trends, it's obvious that people are beginning to believe in anything. We want the finalists to argue whether or not trans people and non-binary genders exist.
Very controversial topic. Also could have been worded better.
Whatever. You said we could choose.
Ollie looks visibly nervous. Miss Jacobs nods and Max glances at them, raising her eyebrows at Ollie. Seeing this, Ollie tries to force a smile, but it looks forced and nervous.
Well, if we have our topic, then I guess we should flip the coin. Max, heads or tails?
Tails.
Miss Jacobs flips the coin in the air and catches it. She smiles at Max.
Good call, Max. What side do you want to be on?
Whichever side Meadow doesn't agree with. I believe that trans and non-binary people are completely valid.
All right, and it's settled. Avery, you'll be debating against it. I'll see you all next week while we do mini debates and you two can do research. Until then, you're dismissed.
People begin to move out of the classroom, but DJ and Ollie stay behind for a minute.
You okay, dude? You're being weird.
Fine.
Do you want to grab food on our way to D&D? I can get Elle to stop.
I'm good.
Okay, you just denied food. Seriously, are you feeling okay?
Yes, oh my god, DJ, drop it.
Okay. Let's just go.
Yeah, I'll be there in just a minute.
DJ exits stage left and Ollie stands at the podium in front of the room. Music begins to play. And wow, look at that, another song I haven't finished yet. They leave the classroom and the lights go off. End scene. Scene 5. The scene opens with a table with DJ sitting in the middle, Bit and Ollie to his left, and Nikki and Elle to his right. On the table are many sheets of paper, dice, pens, and pencils, and all 5 of the kids look busy as they scribble into the paper. Ollie looks nervous.
I'm telling you, the owlbear is the single-handedly most important opponent in the Dungeons and Dragons realm. Like, name something more powerful.
My will to knock you out of your chair right now?
Bit!
What? I was just saying.
There's something I need to tell you guys.
Are you gay?
The entire group laughs, including Ollie, because it's already been established that Ollie likes girls. After the moment has passed, Ollie composes himself.
No, that announcement's 5 years late. This one's a little different. Guys, I'm non-binary.
There's an evident pause, but then DJ begins to fill the silence.
So basically, what you're saying is when you rolled for gender, you rolled a natural 1, right? And now it's come back to bite you in the ass, so the DM will God decided to cut you some slack and let you roll again.
What the fuck? I mean, yeah, that's about right.
I would love to know what the fuck is going inside of your head, TJ.
Yeah, me too. Now, can we please look at the owl bear?
No one wants to see the owl bear.
I don't understand. How come we can listen to about Ollie's gender but not about my owl bear? Where are my rights?
Ollie, I think it's great that you're figuring out who you are.
Yeah.
Music begins to play, and hey, you guessed it, this one isn't done either. The music fades out, and Ollie's left choked up, surrounded by friends. They wipe their nose and sniffle before speaking up.
Y'all have no idea what this means, guys. I was so scared you would leave.
Oh, honey, you're stuck with us.
Okay, seriously, because we have a campaign to finish.
The group laughs, and they all return to their earlier seating. DJ pulls out a large notebook and opens it to a page near the middle. While all of this is happening, he constantly makes notes, moves game pieces around, and just generally the actor playing him should try his best to look like he knows what's going on.
When we last left the party, we had just crossed paths with an owl bear, hungry and angry, ready to ruin whatever plans that any of you had for that day.
I knew we shouldn't have started climbing this fucking mountain.
L, the entire campaign revolves around y'all getting to the top of this mountain.
Fuck off. Anyways, should we roll for initiative?
Do none of you want to, examine the owl bear?
DJ, we all know what an owl bear looks like. We don't need to. I'm not in the mood to get eaten. Anyways, I rolled a 3, so I have a feeling that I won't be going first.
7.
5.
I rolled a natural damn 1.
All right. What are you doing, Elle?
I attack with my sword.
Okay.
14.
Okay. 14 plus your bonus 2. That'll hit. Nikki, go ahead.
I'm going.
Oh.
Shit, I forgot. Aunt Lucy wanted to take me to get some stuff for my room. I'm sorry, guys. I took up all our time with my stupid coming out.
It's okay. You can make up for it by bringing snacks on Friday.
Ollie laughs as they pack up their bags. The others begin to follow their lead, and soon the entire table is cleaned off.
I want Oreos.
You got it, Bit.
Session without Oreos.
You got it, Bit.
Ollie exits stage left. As they do this, the others call out their goodbyes, which don't really matter except for DJ's.
See you tomorrow, Ollie.
Did he just call you Ollie?
The lights fade out on the stage. End scene. Scene 6. The scene opens with Ollie sitting at a desk in the debate classroom. They are on a laptop as well as everyone else in the room. Bit, who is sitting next to Ollie, leans over to ask something. It's very important that Meadow is sitting on the other side of Ollie when this interaction takes place.
Hey, Ollie, do you have the answer to number 3 on that last sheet?
Meadow jumps out of her seat, pointing accusingly at the two people in front of her.
She just called you Ollie. Who's Ollie?
Oh,
Hey, just leave her alone. It's none of your business, Meadow.
Oh, come on. I don't want to get left out of the fun.
Ollie looks nervous and tries to focus on their laptop again. Meadow doesn't want to back down though, so she moves her desk so that she's sitting right in front of Ollie.
So, Avery, what is Ollie? Some weird nickname?
it's nothing.
Obviously it's something, or you wouldn't be this nervous.
Dude, just leave her alone.
Stay out of this.
Don't call her that.
What are you, her little girlfriend?
I couldn't be her girlfriend even if I wanted to.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Ollie takes a deep breath, closing their laptop and standing up. Everyone in the room is staring right at them.
My name is Ollie, and I'm non-binary.
The room stays quiet for a minute before Max breaks out in a grin and hugs Ollie close.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm so proud of you. That took guts.
You're disgusting.
Shut the fuck up.
Ollie laughs and Miss Jacobs walks up to them. She looks proud and she grins as she reaches the teenagers.
Ollie, I'm proud of you for sharing your story. That takes guts. You should know that we'll be here to support you no matter what.
Wait, do you want to switch sides for the debate? I can't imagine it's much fun doing research for the other side.
No, there's no switching sides after they're picked. If she's going to be debate captain, she's going to have to learn to debate things she doesn't agree with.
Things that they don't agree with.
Whatever. There's no switching on debate team. That's not how this works. If Avery can't handle it, maybe she should just quit.
If you don't start using the right pronouns, I'm gonna make you wish you quit a long time ago.
As she says this, Bit approaches her and Ollie steps in between them, arms pushing them apart.
Bit, I love you, but I am not in the mood to watch you get expelled.
You're lucky I love them.
So sure.
Ollie, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree with Meadow on this one. You do have to learn how to debate things that you don't agree with. Is that okay?
Yeah, I got this.
Well, I wouldn't say you got this. Don't forget who you're debating, Ollie.
Oh, you're going down? I don't have a doubt in my mind. It doesn't matter what we're debating. I can take you on any day.
Is that so?
Oh, yeah, I'm coming for you.
As this conversation happens, Max and Ollie begin to play fight with each other, throwing fake jabs and punches at each other and laughing it out. Everyone seems relieved that the situation is over now, and most of the teams return to their desks. Meadow, however, continues to stand, even as Ollie and Max sit back down.
Meadow, is there something you want to say?
Nothing. Just know, this isn't over, Avery.
Meadow exits stage left, followed by Crew and Evelyn. Ollie shrugs as they continue to work on their laptop. The lights begin to fade out. When the lights come back on, the setting is Ollie's bedroom, and they're sitting on their bed, furiously typing away at their laptop. A knocking sound effect is played, and as Ollie calls it, it's okay, Aunt Lucy walks into the room. She takes Ollie's desk chair and pulls it up to their bed. She looks concerned.
Ollie,
Yeah?
you've been up here for 5 hours. You didn't even come down for dinner.
I have food up here. I'm okay.
I know, but I'm worried you're putting too much stress on yourself. I'm never gonna force you to hang out with me, but I do just want to know that you're alive every now and then.
Ollie slowly closes the laptop, sighing. They look at Aunt Lucy, and there are evident tears in their eyes.
I have to debate against non-binary genders, and it's like a big deal. It's for team captain.
Oh shit. Sorry, that was insensitive. Oh, well, how important is debate team to you?
It's the last thing that Dad and I ever did together. He coached me all of 6th grade, and
Then it sounds pretty damn important, huh?
yeah, I promised him I'd be great for him. I want to do this for him.
He wouldn't want you to do it for him. He would want you to do it for you.
Ollie smiles a little, nodding at their aunt.
It doesn't help that I'm debating against Max.
Oh? Who's Max?
Only the most perfect girl to ever exist.
Oh, really? How long have you known her?
Since 8th grade. She transferred the year after me and Meadow got caught.
Ah, so she's only ever known Bitchy Meadow.
Exactly. But she's so pretty, Aunt Luce, and she has this smile that lights up the whole room, and she's so confident in everything she does. I don't think she's ever questioned anything.
You must really like her.
I do. She's like nobody I've ever met. I've wanted to marry her since we were 13. I just never knew how to make a move.
There's no time like the present, kiddo.
I guess.
Aunt Lucy glances at her watch and stands up. She kisses the top of Ollie's head before rubbing their shoulder gently. She smiles softly at them, and Ollie smiles back.
Don't stay up too late, okay?
Okay.
I love you, sunshine.
I love you too.
Aunt Lucy exits stage left. As she does so, Max enters from stage left and takes a seat at the desk chair. However, she is somewhat invisible to the audience, so there's a singular spotlight on Ollie, who pulls out their phone.
Hey Max, how's your research coming?
Suddenly, the spotlight comes up on Max while the light on Ollie fades. She's smiling.
Hey, it's okay. I'm sure yours is exhausting. Do you want to talk on the phone for a bit? I can't really text for long periods. It hurts my eyes.
The lights come back on Ollie suddenly.
Holy fuck!
They look down at their phone again, typing furiously. If you know the definition of gay panic, Ollie right here is a prime example.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'd love to!
There's a sound effect of a phone ringing. Suddenly, all of the lights fade except for a single spotlight on Ollie and a single spotlight on Max.
Hey,
Hi!
I'm sorry about Meadow. She's a bitch.
Yeah, nothing new there.
Well, I promise that I'll try to get your pronouns and name right. It might take a couple days, but before you know it, it'll be like the old you was never even there.
I appreciate that.
So, how's your research coming along?
It's awful. I just keep reading about why I shouldn't exist over and over again.
That sounds shitty.
That's not even the worst part. It's the whole being trans is a mental illness thing.
Holy shit. People really think that?
Oh yeah, people think a lot of shitty things.
Would it make you feel better if I read you some of my research?
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing, we have to look at gender identity instead of sex. Those are two different things. Sex is what you have in your pants, while gender identity is what you identify as. Gender is a spectrum and a binary, so it's obviously that people are going to fall outside of it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I love that.
It's the truth. You are completely and totally valid, Ollie.
Thank you for answering. I can't imagine doing this with anyone else.
I'll always be here, dude. You can call me anytime that your research is getting overwhelming, or just when you're overwhelmed in general.
As she says this, Ollie has closed her eyes and is starting to snore. Max chuckles as she closes her laptop.
Good night, Ollie.
Ollie doesn't respond. Instead, they turn over on the bed. Max exits stage left, and the lights begin to fade out. End scene. Scene 7. The scene opens with the table from earlier Dungeons and Dragons scenes, but it's a little different. There are drawings of large leaves on all the furniture. All of the characters in this have slightly different outfits. They're supposed to be their Dungeons and Dragons characters. DJ specifically is wearing a crown and is literally sitting on his wheelchair on top of the table. The owlbear that they are fighting is literally just the ensemble in a sort of poorly made suit. And looky there, another song that isn't finished. As they sing the last part, Bit jumps onto a chair that suddenly breaks. The lighting changes suddenly to full light, and we are back in the room, not the fantasy world. Nikki gets up, and the teenagers all stare at the broken chair. DJ wheels himself off the ramp that is behind the table.
Oh man, Aunt Lucy's gonna kill me. This was her first time letting us do this here, and we broke a chair!
We didn't break anything. Bit broke something.
Hey, I didn't mean to. I just got into it.
I'm dead, I'm so dead!
Hey, oh, calm down for me, will you?
Aunt Lucy enters from stage left and she stares at all of the teenagers. All 5 of them freeze, and for a brief second, there is complete silence. Then Ollie bursts into tears.
Miss Williams.
Holy shit. Please don't call me that. You can call me Aunt Luce.
Okay, Aunt Lucy. Bit broke a chair and...
Is that why Ollie's crying?
Aunt Lucy walks towards Ollie, and Ollie begins to back up. All of the other teenagers seem oddly protective. Aunt Lucy pauses.
I'm sorry, Aunt Luce. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Honey, it's just a chair. I'm not mad, Sunshine. Not at all.
Ollie is trying to regain composure, and they sit on one of the chairs that isn't broken. Elle pulls them into a hug, rubbing their back.
Diana used to get really mad.
One time, she did a lot.
Aunt Lucy frowns and she pulls a chair up to where Ollie is sitting. She gently takes one of their hands.
I'm never going to get mad at you for this, okay? That chair is just an object. If you're happy and not hurt, that's all I care about. You can deal with some broken things.
Promise?
I promise.
Gets up and wraps Ollie in a hug, rubbing their back. Ollie holds on tightly to her. The rest of the teenagers move to give them space before they pull apart. Aunt Lucy holds on to Ollie as she looks at them.
Ollie, I don't know what you've been through. I have no idea what Diana has done since my brother died. But I can promise you this. Things are different here. And I love you so, so much.
Me too.
Aunt Lucy exits stage left, and the teenagers begin to pick up the broken chair.
That was definitely different than your old house.
Yeah, Diana would have roundhouse kicked your ass.
As he says this, Elle elbows him, but Ollie begins to laugh a little, and the whole group is laughing.
Dude, it's okay. Like Aunt Lucy said, it's replaceable.
But you know what isn't replaceable?
What?
You.
She can barely say this with a straight face, and the entire group begins to laugh again. Ollie throws a small piece of the chair at her, laughing just as hard as the others.
Fuck off, that was so cheesy.
Music begins to play again as the lights begin to fade out. All the teenagers still roughhousing with each other good-naturedly. In scene 8. The scene opens with the hallway school setting again. Ollie is walking on their phone, entering from stage left, and Max is doing the same thing, but coming from stage right. In the cliche High School Musical fashion, they run straight into each other. The books in Max's hands go flying, with papers going everywhere. Immediately, both teenagers crouch down and begin to pick up the papers.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It's not a big deal, dude. How was your weekend?
It was okay. Still cleaning up my room.
Oh, right, you moved in with your aunt, didn't you?
Yeah, last week. I'm still getting everything set up, but my friends came over to help, so it went a lot quicker than the first week.
So, why your aunt? What happened with your mom?
Oh, she sort of kicked me out.
Max's eyes go wide and she looks guilty for a second, obviously regretting what she had just said.
Shit, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
It's okay, it happens. I'm still not quite used to everything. Living with Aunt Lucy is a lot different than living with my mom.
I can only imagine.
The bell rings then, and both the teenagers look up. Ollie returns all the papers in their arms to Max.
Hey, wait, do you have lunch this period?
Yeah, I do. Sucks because Elle and everybody else are in the period after.
Want to eat with me? I know a spot.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
Max chuckles and begins leading Ollie to exit stage left. Once they do so, the set quickly changes to a table and 2 chairs. The sound effects of birds and bugs and kids talking to be heard as it's supposed to represent that they are outside. Max and Ollie re-enter from stage left.
I didn't even know there were tables out here.
Well, there didn't used to be.
Music begins to play as the lights dim around the 2 teenagers. Max gets the sort of faraway look in her eyes. Picture this.
Picture this. It's the end of sophomore year. Your best friend takes your phone. She scrolls through your diary and notes, asking why you feel so alone. She comes across one that was hidden away, a little different from the rest, and you know exactly what it will say. So you sit there holding your breath. She reads it out loud, and you feel your heart racing, trying to convince yourself it wouldn't change things. The words tumble out, and you've never felt more free. And then she screams, "Get away from me." So your secret's out. She tells all your friends. You start to sit alone, and the school year ends. There's something about getting outed in this town. It sticks with you even when they're not around. Because they do their best to burn you to the ground. But they couldn't hold me down. So I kept on, and I didn't drown.
I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I don't tell many people. I got lucky with timing. Summer came and they found other things to talk about.
I wish Meadow could find something else to talk about.
She's a bitch.
She didn't used to be. Picture this. You're only 13 and it's your last day of 7th grade. Your girlfriend's spending the night and your mom has no clue that you're gay. She closes the front door, goes out for the night. You hide in your bedroom, hoping everything will be all right. But you're not careful and she comes home early and she bursts through your door and it may only be 8:30, but you're not safe anymore. She tells the whole town and you're not okay because the first week they send Meadow away. There's something about getting outed in this town. It sucks with you even when it sticks with you when even they're not around. Because they'll try their best to burn you to the ground. But they didn't hold me down. So I kept on. I didn't drown.
You and Meadow?
Right? Sometimes I don't even believe it. But that's why this whole town hates me.
One day this town is going to be behind us, though. It won't be like this forever. Picture this. It's 20 years from now. We're out of the school and out of this town. Because there's no way I'm sticking around. Graduation will have come and gone. We'll be in our real lives trying to move on. watching our kids play on the lawn. We'll wake up from this nightmare someday, move to the city far, far away. Won't give it a second thought until we're old and gray. There's something about getting outed in this town. It sticks with you even when they're not around, because they'll try their best to burn you to the ground. But they couldn't hold me down, so I kept on, and I didn't drown. I never thought anyone would understand the way that you do, Ollie. There's this thing at the diner on Friday. Would you like to go with me?
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. My sister and her husband were supposed to go to this thing, but something came up last minute, and now they can't make it.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Awesome. I promise we'll have such a good time.
The bell sound effect goes off. Max says goodbye to Ollie, grabs her stuff, and exits stage left. Ollie stands still for a minute, facing the audience. The lights begin to fade until there's just a single spotlight on them.
Holy shit!
The rest of the lights fade out. End scene. Scene 9. The scene opens in the classroom setting once again, except Ollie is sitting alone at a desk. Suddenly, Crew, Noah, Evelyn, and Phoebe enter from stage left, and they don't look happy.
What do you guys want?
I want to know what your deal is.
Noah grabs Ollie by the shirt collar, throwing them out of the desk. Evelyn stands over them and sits.
You're a nothing, Avery Williams.
You're less than negative, Williams. You're in the negative.
Can't you guys just leave me alone? I'm not hurting you.
Don't you get it, Ollie? You want it to be nothing. You want it to be a nobody. We're just giving you what you asked for.
It wasn't enough for you to just be a faggot, was it?
You just had to be a fucking tranny too.
You're through, Avery.
The 5 exit stage left, and Ollie stays curled up on the ground, crying. Eventually, Bit and Elle enter from stage left, laughing and talking until they hear Ollie cry out. Then they rush towards them, kneeling by their body on the floor.
Oh my god, Ollie, are you okay?
Who the hell did this to you?
Ollie struggles to sit up, and Elle wraps her arms around them in order to help him up. Ollie cries out again, and Elle holds him close, trying to comfort them.
Hun, take your time.
I'll kill them. I'll rip whoever the fuck did this to you into shreds.
Bit, hush.
Sorry. I'm just so goddamn angry. Was it Meadow? I bet it was Meadow.
It wasn't Meadow.
Who was it then? Deep breaths all.
Fucking Evelyn.
On it.
Bit stands quickly, but just as quickly, Elle grabs her by her shirt and pulls her back down.
No, we're going to D&D. You're not getting suspended. Help me get them up.
Bit stands up again, then helps Elle lift Ollie to their feet. The 3 of them stagger off stage left. The lights dim. When the lights come back on, the group is sitting back at the Dungeons and Dragons table. Ollie's head is on the table, and everyone looks concerned.
I can't fucking believe they did that. I'm gonna run the bitch over.
Don't.
Why not?
It's not worth it. Can we just play?
Will that make you feel better?
Yeah.
Then we'll play. But don't think I'm gonna take it easy on you because you just got hate crimed.
There's that smile we missed.
Love you guys.
We love you too. Now let's roll for initiative.
The lights fade out. End scene. Scene 10. The scene opens in the same setting, except all of them are back on stage, and the leaves have returned. All of the characters' outfits are slightly different, signifying that we're once again back in the fantasy world. DJ is sitting on the table again, but is literally dragging Mickey in a little red wagon because he's supposed to be passed out near death.
After a long, harrowing battle with the owlbear, our party continues on their climb up the mountain. They're nearing the end of this journey, but there are still fights to have. After an hour of walking, they come across a small town.
Should we stop here?
Yes, we need someone to heal Frost. If we end up in another battle, he's dead for sure.
As they say this, the ensemble members, Crew, Phoebe, Evelyn, and Noah, dressed like townspeople, enter from stage right. Crew approaches the party.
What brings you to our village?
We're looking for a healer. Our friend, Frost, was struck down by an owlbear. He is nearing death within every minute.
We know a woman who can heal him, but it will come at a price.
The group looks at each other, and all 3 of them nod. They all walk to Phoebe, who is sitting on the very edge of the stage right. She does not look at them.
The strange elf leads them to a hut on the edge of the village. It's It's run down, rickety, and it almost looks like it will collapse on them when they enter. There is an old, frail-looking witch who refuses to look at them when they enter.
Are you a healer?
Somewhat. What have you brought me?
Our friend, Frost. He was wounded in battle.
Fit literally dumps Nikki out of the wagon, leaving his limp body on the floor in front of Phoebe.
No. I mean, what have you brought for me? I require payment before I offer my services.
How are we supposed to trust you that you'll help heal him?
If you don't want my services, you may leave.
Fit looks like she's about to say something, but Ollie holds her back. Elle holds up her hand to signify that she should remain silent.
What do you want?
300 pieces of gold.
We don't have that kind of money. All we have left is 25 pieces.
Is there anything else we could offer?
Your sword.
My sword?
Elle pulls it out and stares at it longingly. She glances at Nikki, then glances back at the sword, then at Phoebe.
It's my final offer.
Elle glances at Ollie, who nods at her, but still looks angry and like she might jump Phoebe.
Fine, take it. Just please, save him.
Elle hands Phoebe the sword and she nods. She points at Fit and the two of them lift Nikki back onto the wagon.
I work alone. I will see you tonight.
She wheels Nikki away, exiting stage right. Fit looks frustrated, and as soon as she is off of the stage, she practically jumps on Elle.
You're just going to let her take Frost? We have no idea what...
It was our only choice. If we had taken the risk and tried to move on to the next town, we could have run into something and he could have gotten hurt.
As they talk, the other three ensemble members walk onto the stage, each one with a stool. They each sit at a stool with a cup in their hands. Someone also places 3 additional stools in between the 2 men and the 1 woman.
As the party continues to bicker, they come across a bar. There are 3 men sitting at the bar, 2 men who seem to be engrossed in their conversation, and a woman who continuously stares in the distance, looking as if she's lost or forgotten something. Who do you talk to?
We have to talk to someone? Why can't we just get a drink and leave?
Because you have time to kill, and also because the bartender isn't here right now. So that would be hard.
Ollie rolls their eyes and Bit starts bouncing up and down, trying to get everybody's attention. Elle finally sighs and puts her hand on the other girl's shoulder.
What is it, Bet?
The 2 men are talking about betting. Maybe we can get some of our gold and win enough back to get your sword back.
That's a horrible idea.
Actually,
you can't actually tell me you're agreeing with her.
We're almost at the end of this journey, Lee, and if we don't have your sword, how are we supposed to fight at the end?
Elle sighs and glances at the 2 men. They look visibly drunk.
Let's assess the situation first. I'll talk. You 2 stay quiet, please.
The other 2 nod, and the 3 of them make their way to the 2 men. There are 3 other stools for them to sit on, so they all take seats.
Hello, gentlemen.
What do you want?
We heard you were interested in some gambling games.
Yeah?
We're also interested.
I have a deck of cards.
I'll bet you 25 gold, but I get to pick the game.
The 3 glance at each other, then Ollie nods.
Fine, but I get to play you.
It's a deal.
The 2 of them shake hands and Bid hands over her deck of cards. The drunk smiles wide.
It's a game about chance. No skill, no strategy. The first to slap a jack wins. Slap the wrong one, and you lose automatically. Let me see your money.
You've got it.
She hands Bit the cards, and Elle pulls out the bag of gold from her pocket. Noah grabs the same from his pocket. Bit gets off of her stool, and she puts it in between Ollie and Crew to use as a table. She quickly flips over the cards one at a time, and both of the players hold their breath. Suddenly, Ollie slaps down at the table, and they lift up the winning card. Ollie grins.
Jack of spades.
You cheated.
No, I didn't.
You liar.
The drunk goblin is angry. He's looking for a fight, and there's a chance that he's going to get it.
He lunges at Ollie, dragging them to the ground. Bit jumps to get him off of them, and Noah tries to pull his friend off. They finally pull the 2 apart, and Ollie shrinks into Bit's arms. Noah throws the gold at Elle, and she catches it.
Come on, get out as fast as you can.
Ollie!
The lights come back on suddenly, and we're back in the real world. DJ wheels himself down from the table with the ramp again, and the ensemble quickly exits stage left with all of the stools. Nikki re-enters from stage right. As they're leaving, Aunt Lucy enters from stage left. She smiles at the kids.
Sorry for interrupting, guys, but Nikki, your parents are here.
Damn it. I swear I told them not to get us until 7.
Honey, it's 8.
What?
Yeah, y'all have been up here for forever. You do have school tomorrow, remember?
You have a point. Ready to get going?
I guess.
The two of them exit stage left, followed by Elle and DJ. Soon, only Ollie and Aunt Lucy are left. Ollie begins to move the chairs back to the table, and then they start to take down the fake leaves. Aunt Lucy helps them as they start to clean up.
So how was school today?
It was okay. There was good and bad.
Oh? What do you mean?
Some kids are picking on me after school.
What do you mean picking on?
They kept calling me a nothing or a nobody.
Fuck them. You're not a nobody, Ollie Williams.
I know.
Aunt Lucy stops what she's doing and pulls up a chair next to Ollie. She rubs their backs. They start to cry again.
Do you hear me, Ollie Williams? You're not a nothing. In fact, when it comes to me, you're my everything. Those assholes are just angry they don't understand you.
I don't even understand me.
And that's okay. I love you no matter what. And so do those amazing friends you have.
Today wasn't all bad.
Right, you said that. Tell me about the good stuff today.
Max sort of asked me to go with her to dinner on Friday.
She asked you out?
Well, yeah, but it's not a big deal. We're just going to the diner on Friday night.
It's totally a big deal. You've had a crush on her since the 8th grade. Aren't you so excited?
Kind of. I'm also terrified.
Why?
I just don't want anything to go wrong. Max isn't even out to her whole family, much less the rest of the high school. What if someone catches us?
Then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Obviously, Max doesn't seem that worried about it if she's asking you out to a public restaurant.
I guess. Hey, is it okay if I go shower before we eat?
Yeah, go for it, sunshine.
As Ollie exits stage left, the lights begin to fade out. Diana enters from stage right. Just like the previous scenes with Ollie and Max, there are only 2 spotlights on now, one on Diana and one on Aunt Lucy.
What do you want?
Wow, Lucille. I expected you to be a bit happier to hear from me. How's Avery?
Ollie is doing great, no thanks to you.
She'll be doing better by the end of October. Without her around the house, I was able to save up the money I need to send her to camp.
You can't send Ollie to conversion therapy.
Actually, I can. You don't even have custody of Avery. It's really a lovely camp, Lucille, filled with priests and other kids struggling just like her. Just think, at the end of October, we could have our happy little girl back. I've been talking to Meadow's parents, and I heard she's causing a ruckus at school, so really, this is for the best. Then you can get back to your music career, and I can have my daughter back.
Diana, you never had a daughter. You had a child. You had Ollie. No matter how many people you pay to pray the gay away, they will always be who they are.
Camp starts in 3 weeks, Lucille. I suggest you help Avery pack.
The spotlight goes out on Diana and she exits stage right. Aunt Lucy holds her head in her hands, obviously upset as the rest of the lights fade out. End scene. Scene 11. The scene opens on Aunt Lucy and Ollie's bedroom, sitting on their bed. Ella's sitting next to her and Bit is sitting on Ollie's desk chair, spinning around. After a few seconds, Ollie enters from stage left, wearing a button-up, slacks, and a bow tie. The other 3 squeal with delight. They get up and practically surround Ollie, gushing over their outfit.
Oh my gosh!
Look at you! I can't believe this is real life. You're going on a date with Max Alonso?
Ollie chuckles a little and they walk over to the bed to sit down. The group follows them, but it's kind of obvious that Ollie is becoming overwhelmed with the situation. As Elle notices this, she pulls Bit away from the bed, trying to give Aunt Lucy and Ollie some space.
Are you okay, honey?
Ollie shakes their head, and when Aunt Lucy goes to hug them, they pull away. Elle recognizes this as them not wanting to be vulnerable around their friends, so she quietly says something to Bit before turning back to Ollie and Aunt Lucy.
Hey, we're gonna head out. I've got a really bad headache, and Bit's got a curfew because she got in trouble.
Ollie nods, waving goodbye, signaling that they don't want to be hugged by their friends. Bit and Elle exit stage left, waving goodbye as they do. After the girls are gone, Aunt Lucy turns all of her attention back to Ollie.
Talk to me, Sunshine.
Mom told me that God hated me for being gay.
Aunt Lucy looks confused for a second and then absolutely outraged.
Sunshine, God does not hate you. I might not know a lot about religion, but I know that one of the rules is God doesn't hate people who believe in him and love him.
I know.
Aunt Lucy now just looks confused.
Then what's going on?
Ollie begins to cry a little as they speak.
I know God doesn't hate me, but what about Dad? I barely knew him before he died, but he always said I was his perfect little girl, but I'm not even his little girl anymore. What if he's looking down on me and he's just so disappointed? He probably hates me so much, and...
You look like him.
What?
The lights fade a little and Aunt Lucy takes Ollie's hands. Music begins to play.
You look like him. From the color of your hair to the twinkle in your eyes, you look like him. And there's no way to disguise that from the outside in, you're just like him. You've got the same rosy cheeks that blush when you're scared. You've got the same curls lining your hair. You've got the same freckles covering your face. You've got the same nose he always joked was out of place.
Okay, so I look like him? What does that matter? I'm nothing like him. He was practically perfect. He took you in and he always knew exactly what to do. And I'm a mess, Aunt Lucy.
No, you're not, Ollie. My brother was only 28 when it became the end. And though our parents, they were great, they didn't leave much for him.
They didn't leave much? They left the house.
Yeah, but our parents were always gone, even before they passed. And Emmett, God, he had no idea how to be a parent. I mean, I was only 9.
So what did he do?
Well, my brother, he always made mistakes, but he's tried his best, you see. He stayed up late helping with homework and studying.
And then he had me?
That's right. He had you. I was 13 when you came into the world, and I guess I was torn. See, I was still just a kid myself, but my whole world was born.
You really thought that highly of me?
Ollie, the day you were born changed my and Emmett's life forever. He was never perfect, but he tried his best. He didn't care who you were or what would happen on your quests, because you look like him. From the color of your eyes to the way that you smile, you look like him, and it all implies you're just like him.
So you really don't think he hates me?
No, Ollie. If he could see you right now, he'd be dancing around the room, smiling so wide. He'd see your face with that grin, and then I know he'd give in, and you'd have no reason to hide, because you look like him.
I look like him from my hair to my eyes. I look like him and I don't want to disguise. I want to be just like him.
He'd be so honored. I know it's true. If he knew how much he looked like you.
The music begins to fade out and the lights grow a bit brighter. Holly smiles at Aunt Lucy before hugging her tightly, and then they both stand up. Aunt Lucy smooths out Ollie's shirt and straightens their bow tie.
You look so... Wait, what's the word that you'd like? Is handsome okay?
Yeah, I like handsome.
God, you look so handsome, Ollie. I'm so proud of you. And I know that Andrew is so proud of you too. I bet he's looking down right now and he can't stop smiling because all he ever wanted was for you to be happy.
Do you really think so, Aunt Luce?
I know so. I know that your mom put a lot of bad ideas in your head, but you should know your dad would love you no matter what. I promise.
I really do miss him.
Me too. Oh shit! I have to fill in for him tonight.
Fill in for him?
You know how dads are when you go on your first date? I gotta scare Max shitless.
How about we don't do that?
Can I scare her just a little?
No.
Just a teeny bit?
Absolutely not.
You know, you're taking all of the fun out of this.
That's my job, isn't it?
Suddenly, there's a knocking sound effect. Aunt Lucy jumps up, getting really excited, then exits stage left. Ollie shakes their head, knowing what's coming. She returns a second later with Max by her side, and they both walk towards Ollie.
Oh my gosh, you look amazing.
Ollie is obviously nervous, but it's a cute sort of nervous where they're super blushy and giggly.
You think I look good? You should see you. You're like stunning.
Thank you.
She turns to Aunt Lucy suddenly, sticking her hand out to shake. Aunt Lucy shakes it and smiles at her.
I don't think we've met before. I'm Max.
Lucy, what are your intentions with my kid?
Dinner and possibly ice cream after. I'll have them home by 11, and don't worry, I'm a safe driver.
I want them home by 10:30, and there better be no funny business. I don't want to have to tell you about what's going on in the basement.
Ollie blushes bright red, and Max looks slightly terrified until she bursts out laughing along with Aunt Lucy. Ollie looks relieved.
I'm just kidding. I'm not actually like that. You guys have fun. If you get home late and I'm asleep, you have a key. But yes, wear your seatbelts.
The teenagers laugh and they exit stage left holding hands. Aunt Lucy smiles to herself before walking over to the bed and picking up the blanket that belonged to her brother.
God, I wish you were here. Maybe you can convince that batshit wife of yours not to send your kid away.
The phone ringing sound effect plays again. Aunt Lucy sighs as she pulls out her phone and then puts it up to her ear. Diana enters from stage left, and all of the lights fade out except for the single spotlight on her and Aunt Lucy. Diana looks absolutely pissed.
How dare you go behind my back and go to the courthouse?
What are you talking about?
I talked to George at the courthouse, and you're trying to become Avery's legal guardian.
Yeah, I've been doing that since day one. You threw your kid to the curb, and I'm taking Ollie in.
You won't win. I have too many friends in this town, and they'll all side with me. You're only going to cause more suffering for my daughter.
They aren't your daughter. Ollie is non-binary, and if you don't get that through your thick skull soon, I might have to slap it into you.
Do not threaten me, Lucille. I've sent the information for the camp, and it should be noted that Avery will be leaving on the 8th of September. I will be picking her up on the 7th.
You can't seriously be considering doing this. This is child abuse.
She is my child, Lucille, not yours. I will choose the right path for her, and I will not have her straying like you did from your brother.
Don't talk about my brother. You have no right. You have no idea what happened to our relationship. You're the reason we stopped getting along.
Was I? Or did he just realize that his little sister had grown up into a despicable person?
Shut the fuck up.
Goodbye, Lucille. Make sure you tell Avery about my plan for her. I just know that this is how God intended it.
Her spotlight goes suddenly dark and she exits stage left. Aunt Lucy grabs the blanket that is sitting on the bed and collapses on it and sobs. The lights begin to fade out. End scene. Scene 12. The scene opens with a small table with 2 chairs on either side of it. Max and Ollie enter from stage left, and Max leads them to the table before they both sit down. A waiter comes over and hands them glasses of water before exiting stage right. Max holds Ollie's hands on top of the table.
I've never been in this part of the diner.
Yeah, it's my favorite room. Usually it's reserved for like huge families, but I got my cousin to reserve it for us tonight. I like the quiet.
That makes sense.
Isn't it so pretty? It's amazing what our little town can pull off when we put our mind to it.
It isn't as pretty as you.
They both look taken aback by this comment, and Max smiles shyly as she blushes.
You think I'm pretty?
I think you're fucking gorgeous.
No one's ever really said that to me before. Except for my mom, but she doesn't really count.
They both giggle nervously as the waiter comes back entering stage left. He takes their orders and menus before leaving again, and the two kids are incredibly awkward with each other.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm so nervous. We've known each other since we were like 13, and I shouldn't be this nervous around you. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I never really knew you. Not until you got up in front of the classroom and told us who you were.
I mean, I've always been me. It just took a little while for me to figure out the right words for it. Mom certainly wasn't any help with that.
God, I feel that. My parents don't really know, mostly because I don't know how they'd react. My siblings know, and two of them are great, but the other two, I don't know.
You have 4 siblings?
Yeah, I'm the baby of the group. What about you?
No, it was just me and Mom from the time I was 12. Now it's just me and Aunt Luce.
Yeah, how's that been? Living with your aunt, I mean.
It's interesting. Aunt Lucy and I didn't used to be so close. Right before my dad died, she and him got into this huge fight, and then Mom wouldn't let me see her for a while. She moved to New York for a few years, but she came back here 2 years ago. I started sneaking off to see her, and eventually Mom found out, but she couldn't really stop it.
Well, I guess it makes sense that you went to her as soon as things went wrong then. Do you have any other family near?
Nope. Mom didn't have any siblings, and her parents don't really talk to her. Dad's parents passed away before I was born, and he practically raised Aunt Luce.
Oh, yeah, my grandma told me about that. She said that the whole town mourned your grandparents. They were always so kind to everyone. Your dad, too, when he passed.
Yeah, I wish I could have gotten to know all 3 of them.
The waiter enters stage left with 2 plates of food and sets it in front of the 2 teenagers. They both thank him before beginning to eat, and the conversation is somewhat slower.
So, you dated Meadow. What was that like?
Honestly, she used to be so different. We fell in love at summer camp. It was a Bible summer camp, but not like she was the one, but not like the one she went to after. We used to sneak out once the counselors fell asleep and watch the stars. She was my first kiss, and I remember feeling like the whole world just melted away.
What happened? How does someone who kisses girls under the stars turn into that?
Well, she was sleeping over at my house one day, and both of our parents were going to this event for adults at our church. Usually we were careful, but we had gotten careless and didn't hear my mom come home. She caught us making out on the couch.
Hey.
Exactly. She called Meadow's parents to come get her, and we weren't allowed to talk to each other at all. They pulled her out of school, and a week later, she was shipped off to some camp. She came back the first week of summer after 7th grade, and she was never the same. Suddenly, she was all about Jesus, and I thought I was the most disgusting freak in the entire world.
I don't think you're a freak.
I appreciate that.
In fact, I think you're anything but. Oh, you're something special. You have this way with words when you debate. It's like nothing I've ever seen. When you were going back and forth with Crew, you were so articulate.
It means a lot coming from you, Miss Undefeated.
Max laughs a little, scooting her chair a little closer to Ollie. She looks a little flirtatious as she takes her hand again.
Hey, Ollie.
Hey?
Sometimes when you're nervous, your face scrunches up a little and you get this adorable look in your eyes.
Seriously?
You're doing it right now.
I'm sorry.
No, wait, don't apologize. I love it.
Suddenly, she leans across the table and kisses Ollie, and they kiss back. Without warning, Meadow stumbles in from stage left, and she screams. She has her phone out recording, and she's obviously disgusted.
Lesbians!
The 2 of them pull apart suddenly, and both of them look terrified.
No, we weren't.
All on video! You 2 are disgusting!
Meadow, come on! That's not what happened.
You're so dead!
Ollie gets up and reaches for her phone, but Meadow pulls it back and kicks Ollie away.
Oh my god, she's trying to attack me! Someone come get her!
Ollie stops trying to grab the phone and looks around frantically. Max is still frozen in fear. After a brief second of consideration, Ollie takes off, exiting stage right. The lights fade, and as the set changes, you can hear Ollie and Aunt Lucy from off stage.
Something happened. Please come get me.
I'm on my way. Are you okay?
Hurry.
The lights come back up, and there isn't anything on stage. It's empty. Aunt Lucy comes running from stage left, and Ollie comes running from stage right. They run into each other and hug before Ollie collapses and sobs. They both fall onto the ground. Aunt Lucy holds them close. After a minute, she tries to speak.
What happened, Sunshine?
Meadow.
Oh God, she showed up?
She filmed it, and I just ran out and left Max there by herself, and I'm a horrible person, but now the whole world knows.
It's obvious at this point that Ollie's having a panic attack. They're breathing really hard, crying and shaking.
Hey, Sunshine, take a deep breath for me. In and out. I've got you.
As Ollie begins to calm down, Aunt Lucy never lets go of them, running her fingers through their hair, saying calming things every so often. Once Ollie is somewhat calm, Aunt Lucy helps him stand up.
Why don't we get you home, Sunshine? I think it's time you get some sleep.
You think Max hates me?
No. I'm sure she'll understand if you explain in the morning. For now, let's focus on getting you.
Suddenly, the text notification sound goes off, and it's incredibly loud because this moment is supposed to be quiet.
Who's that?
As Aunt Lucy looks at her phone, she looks nervous for a second, but then immediately changes her face, though not to scare Ollie.
Just work. Let me text them back. You go ahead and get in the car.
Okay.
Ollie exits stage left and Diana enters stage right. The lights fade out except for the two spotlights once again.
Saw the video. Avery attacking some poor girl while under your watch. Not a great look for a custody battle.
They didn't attack her.
Not what that video looks like. Luckily for me, the Robinsons are on my side in this matter.
Stay away from Ollie.
You can't make me. I'll be over tomorrow morning to give Avery the news, since obviously you haven't given it to her.
I won't let you in my house.
I'll bring my lawyer and a police officer. You will let me in.
Aunt Lucy sighs and puts her phone away, and as she does so, Diana's spotlight goes out. She looks up, seemingly looking at her brother in heaven.
Emmett, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
She exits stage left. The lights fade out. End scene and end act 1. Okay, guys, we're gonna take a. Y'all want to do 10 minutes of intermission? Is everybody okay with that? Is that cool?
Works for me.
Okay, so we're gonna do a 10-minute break. So we'll meet back here at like 9-ish. I mean, don't leave, but like you can like meet your. You know what I mean. Okay. All right, everybody, if we are all here, I think it's time we start Act 2. Okay, so Act 2, Scene 1. The scene opens with Ollie sitting up in their bed. Aunt Lucy enters from stage left carrying a mug of presumably coffee or tea, and as she enters, she drags Ollie's desk chair to sit next to their bed. She hands them the mug and sits down.
How are you feeling?
Hey, I guess. Do I have to go to school tomorrow?
Not if you aren't feeling well.
As Ollie sips on their tea, there's a doorbell sound effect.
Who's that?
Aunt Lucy sighs, running her fingers through her hair.
It's your mother.
What?
Diana flaunts into the room looking like a woman who knows exactly what she wants. The lights fade a little bit as she sits on the edge of Ollie's bed. Music begins to play. Track 6. We're gonna fix you.
This is a life you've been living, one that is riddled with sin. You've been stuck here for far too long. It's time to let me in.
What the fuck? No! Aunt Lucy!
Don't look at her, my dear. She can't save you now. Only the good Lord above has any idea how. And of course, Pastor William S. Daniels, who runs this lovely little camp by the lake. You remember it. Meadow had to go there.
No!
Yes! Oh, my dear, we're gonna fix you. This won't be your life anymore. We're gonna fix you. Soon as you walk out that door, I can't have you live like this. Can't have you live this way. It just isn't true. So, my dear Avery, we're gonna fix you.
As she continues to sing, Ollie is growing more and more nervous. Their breath is quick and they begin to scramble, trying to get out of the bed, but they don't have any luck. Aunt Lucy's trying frantically to keep them calm.
Should have never let you walk out of my sight. Should have always kept you near. I promise that things will turn out all right now that I'm right here. Mother knows best. Just you wait and see. One day, very soon, you'll be thanking me.
Diana is very dramatically dancing around the stage, and the ensemble seems to be joining her, dressed in all black, almost like demons. They kind of echo her voice.
We're going to fix you. This won't be your life anymore. We're going to fix you as soon as we get out that door. This life you've been living, it just isn't true. So, Avery, my dear, we're going to fix you. Many kids your age, they begin to walk astray, faltering from the path of God. Even I was once a child, people used to say, was a bit odd. This little rebellion. We'll dry it right up. I won't take no for an answer. If we don't, he'll punish you with plague or even death. So let's get rid of this cancer. Yes, we're gonna fix you. This won't be your life anymore. We're gonna fix you as soon as we walk out that door. This life you've been living, it just isn't true. So Avery, my dear, we're gonna fix you.
The music stops abruptly, and Ollie looks absolutely terrified. Aunt Lucy's holding them close on their bed, and they are pale and completely shaking.
You're not taking them, you fucking psychopath.
Who's going to stop me? I never gave up legal guardianship of Avery. There's nothing you can do.
You kicked them out. That's a child abuse case if I've ever heard one.
No one will ever believe you.
Maybe not me, but they'll believe the James Madison High School debate club captain.
Oh, you're the debate club captain?
They're going to be. Just you wait and see.
Well, I'll see you in court, Lucille.
Diana dramatically exits stage left, and Aunt Lucy frantically tries to calm Ollie down.
Ollie, I'm so sorry. I didn't know how to tell you she was coming, and...
You knew?
I'm sorry.
As they talk, Ollie rises from her bed and begins to run, exiting stage left.
Fuck you!
Aunt Lucy begins to go after them, but stops about center stage. She walks back to the bed and picks up the blanket that belonged to her brother. She holds it close to her for a minute, then turns to look towards the way that Ollie left.
Shit.
The lights fade out as she clutches the blanket close to her. When the lights come back on again, we're in a similar bedroom, except the bed's on the opposite side of the room. Anna has a blue comforter instead of a red one. Max is sitting on top of the bed, typing away at a laptop. Ollie comes running in from stage right, and Max nearly jumps out of the bed because it startles her.
What are you doing here?
I'm sorry.
Get the fuck out of my room.
Please let me explain.
Explain what? You left me there with Meadow and her phone. Sorry doesn't even begin to cut it, Ollie. Now get the fuck out of my room.
I didn't mean to.
Here, get out, Ollie.
My mom's trying to send me to conversion therapy.
There's an evident pause. Max, who had barely looked up from her laptop since Ollie's entering, shuts it suddenly, staring at them.
My mom saved up all the money and she's trying to send me to conversion therapy. Apparently it's still legal since she's technically my legal guardian.
Shit. Sit down. I'm gonna go talk to my mom.
Ollie nods and Max exits stage left. Ollie looks around the room, taking in their surroundings. After less than a minute, Max re-enters from stage left carrying a business card. She hands it to Ollie.
What's this?
It's my mom's business card. Get your aunt to call her. She deals with custody battles all the time.
Do you think she'll be able to help?
It's worth a try.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
There's an awkward pause of silence for a minute. Max sits back on her bed and begins typing away at her laptop, so Ollie is left awkwardly standing by themselves. After a minute, Ollie has the courage to speak.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got that.
I really did have a wonderful time with you before everything happened.
So did I.
Does everyone know now?
I'm pretty sure everyone in town has seen that video.
That's shit, I'm sorry.
It's whatever.
Ollie looks distraught and grabs Max's desk chair and pulls it up to her bed.
But it's not whatever. It's your entire life completely changed forever. I know better than anyone what that's like.
And yet you still ran away and left me there by myself.
Max, I
don't want to hear it. Do you know how mortifying that was? Driving myself home, trying not to cry, and then getting there and realizing my whole family was in the living room waiting to confront me. Ollie, this isn't fucking okay. Sorry won't make it any better.
Okay.
Okay. Now please get out of my room.
Ollie doesn't say anything after that. They just put their chair back and exit stage right. The lights fade out. End scene. Scene 2. The scene opens with Ollie sitting on their bed reading a book. Elle and Nikki enter from stage left, holding hands until Elle lets go to stand next to Ollie. Ollie looks up from their book to stare at Elle.
Everybody's waiting downstairs.
I didn't come to school. I can't play today.
Ollie, that's bullshit and you know it. You've been up here since Friday because of what happened with Meadow and Max. It's Wednesday.
I'm sick.
You're wallowing in self-pity.
I'm not going downstairs.
Fine. If Davy dies, they die.
Elle exits stage left with a huff, obviously frustrated. Nikki, however, doesn't leave and begins walking towards Ollie's bed.
You really like her, huh?
What?
Max, you really like her. We've all known that since, 8th grade?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess she doesn't want to talk to you right now.
Spot on.
Hey, chill. I'm trying to help. You being a dick to your best friends isn't gonna solve anything, Ollie.
Ollie sighs, closing the book in their hands and beginning to sit up.
So what do I do?
Sometimes with love, you gotta grab it by the face, look it dead in the eye, and punch the shit out of it.
I'm not punching Max.
That's not what I meant. You gotta man the fuck up. Non-binary the fuck up. You gotta get some damn confidence.
She doesn't even want to talk to me.
But she will eventually.
You really think so?
Let's put it this way. When Elle and I went on our first date in 9th grade, she didn't talk to me for a week.
You did kind of push her into a pool by accident.
Exactly. And look how things turned out. We're graduating in 8 months. There's no time to waste. If you like this girl, go get her.
But she won't even look at me.
And when she finally does, you need to be ready. You've got to make up for a serious fuck up here. I believe in you.
You really love Elle, don't you?
Nikki sighs for a minute and he's grinning, but he has this far off look in his eye.
Yes, I do. I think maybe one day I'm gonna marry her. I hope you find someone that you feel that way about.
Without another word, Nikki exits stage left, and Ollie is left alone in their room. A second later, there's a knock sound effect, and Aunt Lucy enters the room. She pulls the desk chair up to Ollie's bed, resting her head in her hands and sighing.
I wanted to tell you.
Why didn't you?
Because I wanted to make it better. I wanted to be able to tell you, like, hey, your mom's trying to send you away, but look, she can't. I fixed it.
But you couldn't, could you?
No, I couldn't. And then she told me the night before that she was coming, and you had already had such a shitty day. I thought it would break you. I'm so sorry, Sunshine.
I forgive you.
What?
I forgive you. It's not like you can control my mom. I wish you had told me sooner, but I get why you didn't.
I called that lawyer you gave me. She's trying her best right now. If we can get the guardianship papers in the next couple weeks, your mom won't be able to send you to that camp.
Do you think you'll be able to?
God, I really hope so.
Ollie suddenly reaches over and hugs Aunt Lucy, who hugs them back tightly. The two of them sit in silence for a minute as the lights fade out. When the lights come back on, the classroom set has reappeared. Miss Jacobs is standing in the podium smiling as Bit and DJ stand in the front of the classroom near her. The rest of the debate team is sitting in desks, and the only important thing here is that Ollie is close enough to Max that they can pass her a note.
Right. To kick off our afternoon, we're going to have a fun debate, this time with Bit and DJ.
All right. Hit us, Mrs. J. What we've got.
You'll be debating how to pronounce this word.
She walks over to the chalkboard that is behind the podium and writes out the word. Good God, Ella's gonna kill me. Calamari? I don't remember.
Calamari?
No, you idiot, it's calamari.
That's what I said.
Elle would be ashamed.
And begin.
The lights fade out on that side of the stage, and the spotlight shines on Ollie, who is scribbling furiously in their notebook. Suddenly, they rip the paper and fold it before handing it to Max. Max takes it, reads it, and then looks up at Ollie. Ollie has an apologetic look on their face, and Max sighs.
Okay, I'll meet you in our spot after school, but this is the last time, Ollie.
Ollie nods before the lights come back on, and the three back up on the three at the front of the classroom. It looks like she's about to kill DJ, and Mrs. Jacobs is standing between them.
Okay, that's enough. We're going to call this a draw because neither of you seem to be able to get your act together long enough to figure this out.
Let me at him.
Bitch, I will run you over.
Enough. Back to your seats now, please.
The two go back to their seats, and Miss Jacobs pulls names out of a cup.
Meadow and Ollie, you're up next.
As the two of them walk towards the front of the classroom, Ollie begins to look nervous. They stop in the same places that DJ and Bit had just been.
Alrighty, you two will be debating cats and dogs.
Stupid. Shouldn't we be debating something a little more grown up?
Meadow, you've been on this team for the past 4 years. You know that before we have a captain, we have fun debates to test your skills.
Well, I'm not debating for her.
Them.
Oh my God, will you get over that? She was born a girl. That's exactly who she is. Just because she thinks she's some kind of...
Suddenly, Max stands up and begins walking towards Meadow without a word. Bit, recognizing what is happening, stands up and walks right behind her. Just as she reaches Meadow, Max begins to bring her hand up like she's going to punch her, but Bit grabs it.
I'm not allowed to get expelled. Neither are you.
Max lowers her fist and looks at Ollie, who looks absolutely terrified. Instead of punching Meadow, she simply grabs Ollie's hand, squeezing it before turning back to the other girl.
Her name is Ollie. Do you fucking hear me? Ollie. Learn it, or...
She's threatening me.
Tabitha won't always be there to hold me back.
Both of you, knock it off. Meadow, you're dismissed.
What?
We don't use slurs in this classroom. Goodbye.
Meadow huffs and exits stage left, similar to the way she did when Ollie came out. Max lets go of Ollie's hand, turning towards Bit.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, one of these days I'm actually going to punch her.
Please do. Just not on school grounds. Also, you can call me Bit.
Because you're so small?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole group laughs, and Miss Jacob sighs as she scribbles something on a notepad on the podium.
I'm canceling practice for tomorrow. I feel like all of you need a break. See you all on Friday.
The lights begin to fade out. Quickly, the set changes from the classroom to the outside tables. Max is sitting on a bench in the center of the stage, and Ollie enters from stage left. Both of the teenagers stare at each other for a minute before Max moves to the side of the bench, making room for Ollie. Ollie sits down, and Max looks at them expectantly.
I'm sorry.
I know.
When we were in there a minute ago, you kept defending me. You never stopped using the right pronouns. Why?
Ollie, just because I'm mad at you doesn't mean I'm going to stop respecting you. You don't misgender someone just pissed off. Besides, Meadow's a bitch, and if defending you means I get to go off on her, I'll take it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. My mom said your aunt called her. She couldn't tell me anything more than that, but just know that you're in good hands.
I hope you're right.
I know I'm right.
Ollie smiles at her, and Max smiles back.
Can I make it up to you?
Maybe. What did you have in mind?
Our big debate is next Sunday, right?
Right.
That Friday night, let's go stargazing. I'll borrow Aunt Lucy's car and take you to the spot that my dad used to take me when I was little.
What time?
I'll pick you up at 8.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, Ollie, now get out of here before I change my mind.
Ollie grins and exits stage left confidently. The lights begin to fade out. End scene. Scene 3. The scene opens with DJ, Ollie, Elle, Bit, and Nikki sitting at a table. While most of them are furiously scribbling at their papers, Elle looks absolutely frustrated before groaning and throwing her pencil across the stage.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
Ollie, if you don't tell us what happened with Max, I'm going to scream.
I think you just did.
Fuck off.
I ran away. It was my fault. She's starting to forgive me, but it's hard. I can't exactly blame her.
Petition to Brick Meadow.
Signed.
Also signed. Now, Elle, unless you want to continue your tantrum, we do have a campaign to finish. We're so close to the end.
Let's do this thing.
The lights fade out and the scene quickly changes into the Dungeons & Dragons setting. Nikki is now back up and standing with the group's DJ at the top of the table again, and the group is standing towards stage left. Phoebe, Crew, Evelyn, and Noah are all standing towards the right of the stage.
As the party prepares to leave town, they come across a pop-up merchant selling weapons. What do you want to do?
I say we approach it. I still don't have a weapon since we traded my sword in.
I could forge you a sword.
We don't have time for that. We're so close to the boss battle, and I don't want it to get delayed.
Bit's right. Ollie, what are you thinking?
I think this sounds like a plan, but let's make sure we don't get ripped off this time. We can't forget about our last pop-up merchant who sold us a bow that only shot backwards.
I loved that bow.
As someone who got shot, I fucking didn't.
Just like in the previous scene, when DJ says something, all the actors should treat it as if it were the stage direction. At
this point, all the patrons of the pop-up tent are staring at the party. They're all being way too fucking loud.
Shit, my bad. I want to approach the merchant.
Alrighty. Lee, leading the party, approaches the merchant at her table. She smiles devilishly at them, and which gives the party a feeling of uneasiness.
We need weaponry.
You've come to the right place.
The merchant reaches under her table and brings out a beautiful golden sword.
Whoa.
She is 50 gold.
Why does the sword have a gender?
Jesus, sorry.
It is 50 gold.
That's all of our money.
We're nearing the end, though, and if Lee doesn't have a sword, we're fucked.
I mean, you're kind of fucked anyways.
Shut up, DJ.
50 gold is as low as I can go. This sword is magical.
It'll help you in the moment you need it the most.
Should we trust her?
Suddenly, two of the patrons seemed to swarm the party, chanting about just how amazing this merchant's products are.
Her elixir cured me of all of my ailments.
Her bow helped me slay a dragon.
When I was hard pressed for gold, one of her spells made me rich.
She's the most powerful being in our town.
This offer expires soon.
We'll take it.
The merchant hands over the sword, and you have the opportunity to examine it. Davy hands over your gold, and the pop-up merchant fades away along with her patrons. In some way, it almost feels as if all of this was a funny dream.
As the DJ says this, Phoebe, Crew, Evelyn, and Noah all exit stage right quietly. The teenagers all stare at each other for a brief minute as DJ continues talking.
As the party continues on their journey, they come across a fork in the road. On the left, a seemingly beautiful town with friendly people. But on the right is a bypass that will bring them closer to their final battle.
Bypass.
100%.
What? Why?
The last time we went to a seemingly beautiful town, Bit almost died getting eaten by shapeshifters.
How do you know this one will be the same?
I don't feel like taking chances.
Me neither.
You guys take all of the fun out of this shit. Alrighty then. So, you decided to take the bypass, and as you pass by the town, it erupts into flames.
Called it.
Kirby.
The entire group laughs just as the regular lights come back on. Aunt Lucy enters from stage left, smiling.
Hey kids, parents are here. And Elle, I know your curfew is in like 30 minutes, so you should probably get going.
All the teenagers get up and bid their goodbyes, exiting stage left. Aunt Lucy pulls up a chair to sit beside Ollie, who smiles at her.
You seem happy.
I am happy. Max agreed to go on a makeup date with me.
Oh my god, look at you go, kiddo!
We're gonna go stargazing in Dad's old spot.
There's a visible pause. Aunt Lucy's face, which had been super excited, fades into the sort of concerned and hurt look.
Your dad's spot?
Well, yeah, it's the best spot in town.
Are you sure? You know how special that spot is, Ollie. I don't want her to ruin that.
She won't ruin it, Aunt Luce. She's one of the most special people I've ever met. If anyone can appreciate that spot, it's her.
Okay, just be careful, please.
I will be.
Aunt Lucy rises from her place at the table. She gives Ollie a hug before beginning to walk towards stage left to exit.
Don't stay up too late, sunshine.
She exits stage left and the lights begin to fade out. Ollie's smiling as they do. End scene. Scene 4. This scene opens with Ollie's bedroom, barely lit because it's supposed to be the middle of the night. Ollie is fast asleep in their bed when Max suddenly enters from stage right. There's a crashing sound effect as she falls onto the stage, and Ollie bolts upright.
Hello?
It's me.
What the fuck are you doing in my room?
I'm so sorry.
Ollie pauses for a second and gets out of their bed. They help Max up and lead them to the bed, sitting down next to them.
Are you crying? What happened?
Those fuckers from school, Evelyn and Phoebe, and I don't know the rest of their names, they started following me on my way home from school. And
Max collapses into sobs and Ollie pulls her close.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Are you okay? Like, physically?
Yeah, I mean, my head hurts from where I fell, but I'll be alright.
Ollie frowns and begins to fret over her.
I'm so sorry this happened to you. Is there anything I can do? I know.
Suddenly, all the lights come back on. Aunt Lucy enters from stage left, looking slightly annoyed, but tired.
Ollie, I love you, but it's nearly 1 a.m. Why are you... Why the fuck is there a girl in your bed?
It's not what it looks like.
Then what is it?
Those kids who picked on me, they got her too. They ran off for the night.
Oh shit, is she okay?
She will be.
All right, let me know if you need anything. But if you don't need anything, can you keep it down? I've got work in the morning.
We will. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Good night again. I love you.
Love you too, Aunt Luce.
Aunt Lucy exits stage left, just as tired, and Ollie turns their attention back to Max.
Are you sure you still want to go on this date? What if they keep picking on you?
No, I don't give a fuck what they think. I like you for you, Ollie. Nothing is going to change that.
Ollie smiles at her.
We should probably try to get some sleep.
Good plan. I'll take the floor.
Absolutely not.
As they say this, Ollie jumps down from the bed, grabs a sleeping bag, and rolls it out by the bed. They grab one of the pillows before climbing into the sleeping bag, and Max lies down when the lights begin to fade out. When the lights come back on again, Ollie, Max, DJ Bit, Elle, and Nikki are in the hallway, sitting at school, talking by some lockers. The sound effect of a bell rings, and all of them go their separate ways. As the hallway clears out, Meadow enters from stage right, and she walks straight towards Ollie.
I don't get you.
Excuse me?
I don't get it. How can you be born something, then change it into something else?
Ask yourself that? You were born the most loving person I ever knew until we were 13. You changed just as much as I have.
That's because I found God.
No, what you found was a fucking cult!
Avery.
Ollie.
Whatever your name is. Why won't you let your mom send you to that camp? Don't you see how much good it did for me?
Oh yeah, a hell of a lot of good. You went from kissing me under the stairs to calling me a faggot in the hallways.
They fixed me. Why won't you let them fix you?
Because I don't fucking need fixing, and neither did you! Meadow, you were perfect just the way you were. You were fun and rebellious, and you loved me more than I thought anyone ever could.
I was sick.
You were beautiful. They took that gorgeous, fantastic girl and ripped her to shreds.
They cured me.
They destroyed you! Meadow, I know you've still got to be in there somewhere. Some little part of your brain has to still be holding on to what we had when we were kids. I really hope you find her one day, because I miss her a lot.
Ollie begins to exit stage left, but just before they do so, Meadow speaks up. Music begins to play. Track, picture this reprise.
Picture this. You're only 13 and they want to send you away. Your head over heels for the girl across the street, but your mind finds out that you're gay. They tell you they don't know how to love. They tell you to pray. You shock it all out of your system, but it's still there anyway. They tell you that soon she'll be next. That girl in life you want to protect. So you let them do whatever they please. And slip away with ease. I miss her too.
Ollie turns around to look at her, but by the time they do, she's already very quickly walking away to exit stage right. Meadow exits stage right, and Ollie exits stage left. End scene. Scene 5. The scene opens with Ollie and Elle working on homework in Ollie's bedroom. Elle is sitting on the bed with her laptop, while Ollie is leaning up against the bed with a book in their lap.
Hey, Elle?
Yeah?
I'm gay.
Elle laughs at this and throws a pillow at Ollie before climbing off the bed and sitting across from them, facing them.
Hi.
Hi. Can I ask you something?
You just did.
Fuck off.
That's not a question.
Ollie!
Okay, what?
Elle suddenly grows kind of serious, and Ollie can tell, so they shut the book and put it down beside them. Elle takes a deep breath before talking again.
I miss Mom.
I'm sorry. I know this month has been hard.
Yeah, Nikki and I are trying to decide whether we're gonna go to college, and it's like, I thought she'd be here for it.
She'd be so proud of you.
I applied to her alma mater.
Are you gonna go if you get in?
I don't know.
Elle pulls out her phone suddenly before handing it to Ollie.
You know, I have 431 photos. 431. And I only have one of Mom.
Lights dim a little as music begins to play. Track 431 photos, and wow, look, another unfinished song. Shocker. As the music fades out, Elle begins to collapse and sobs, and Ollie wraps her protectively in a hug.
This shit sucks.
Yeah, it does.
You want to know something, though? Mom was right. When we were kids, she used to tell me how Nikki would be the perfect guy for me, but I never believed her. Look at us now.
I get that. It's kind of like how it hurts that my dad isn't here for captain debate. He used to coach all of us.
I know. That was the one year I did it. It was awful.
You were okay.
Ollie, I cried through every competition.
Yeah, you were pretty bad. But at least you weren't Nikki.
Oh, that poor child. He passed out that first competition, and then it was all over.
Do you remember how nervous he was to tell Dad he was quitting?
I've never seen him sprint out of a classroom faster.
Both kids laughed, and as they do, there is a knocking effect.
Come in.
Aunt Lucy enters from stage left carrying a basket of laundry.
Hey, Bug. Hey, Al.
Hey, Aunt Luce, are we still on for getting this one ready? Are we still on for getting this one ready for stargazing?
Hun, you know I need your help. I'd be a mess without you.
Hells yeah! Oh, shit, I gotta get going.
I'll walk you out.
Ollie and Elle exit stage left, and Aunt Lucy smiles to herself. As soon as they are off stage, there's the sound of a phone going off. Aunt Lucy takes it out of her pocket to answer it.
Hello? Yes, this is she. Mrs. Alonso, hi! You sound happy. I hope that's because it's good news. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Alonso. You have no idea what this is going to mean to them. Thank you so much.
The lights begin to fade out. End scene. The scene opens at the Dungeons and Dragons table, but still in the real world. All the teenagers are sitting, eating bowls of ice cream.
Whosever idea this was gets fucking advantage on their next saving throw.
Yeah, who knew that an elementary school ice cream party is all that we needed?
Aunt Lucy did, apparently.
God, after all the stuff we talked about earlier today, I needed this.
Teenagers all look at each other, and for a moment there is calm. And then suddenly the lights begin to dim as a fast-paced music begins to play. When the lights come back on, they're once again in their Dungeons and Dragons positions. DJ's holding a book as he sits on top of the table. Track 11, the boss battle song. And if you don't know what this means by now, I'm sorry. We still don't have a song for this. The lights go black suddenly, and when they turn on again, Elle, DJ, Nikki, Bit, and Ollie are sitting on the table. DJ grins at Ollie.
You did it, you son of a bitch.
Child of a bitch.
Whatever. As Davy steps over the dead body of the queen, they come across a large chest full of gold.
Gold won't bring my friends back.
Davy looks over the bodies of their friends. Without a healer, they know that this is the end. Davy takes a drink out of their backpack and watches as the sun rises.
To a new day.
The end.
The group begins to cheer as DJ closes the book in front of him. They begin to take everything on the table and shove it back into bags until the table is completely clear.
That was depressing.
What do you mean? You won.
At what cost? I lost my 3 best friends. I don't know what I would do without you guys if something like that actually happened.
Luckily for you, we aren't going anywhere.
Hugs them close, and Ollie smiles at her. Soon, the whole group is in a hug, smiling at each other. There's a knock sound effect, and Aunt Lucy enters from stage left.
Time to go?
Unfortunately, y'all have school tomorrow.
The kids nod, and they all file out one by one. Soon, Aunt Lucy and Ollie are the only 2 left in the room. Aunt Lucy sits on Ollie's bed, playing with the blanket on it.
Are you and Max still going stargazing tomorrow?
I think so, yeah.
Y'all will have fun out there. Tell me all about it, okay?
I will. Can I borrow the car for a few minutes?
Sure. Where are you going, though?
Just for a drive. I need to clear my head.
Fair enough. Sometimes night drives are therapeutic.
Ollie smiles at Aunt Lucy as she tosses them the keys. Ollie exits stage left. The lights begin to fade out. End scene. Scene 8. The scene opens as Ollie enters from stage right, and the sound effect of a car door being slammed can be heard. The set is the outside of Diana's house. Music begins to play as Ollie stares at it for a minute. So this is track 12, Ollie's 11 o'clock, and it's not written here, but I'm just going to give you the context that basically this is Ollie's giant F-U to Diana. The music begins to fade out, and Diana stands in front of Ollie, seething with rage.
How dare you speak to me this way?
What, you mean the exact same way you talk to Aunt Lucy?
This is an adult matter, and you are a child.
I'm 17, Mom!
Exactly, a child. If you're old enough to make these decisions, then you're old enough to fend for yourself instead of hiding behind your coward of an aunt.
Aunt Lucy is not a coward. She's the bravest person I know.
She's the reason your father is dead.
No, she's not. You are.
Diana seems taken aback for a moment.
Excuse me.
You heard what I said.
The camp will fix you. All of you. This attitude will be gone just like everything else.
I don't need fixing, Mom. I never did and I never will. Not for this. I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be.
Diana simply shakes her head before walking back to the door, entering it, and slamming it behind her. Ollie shrugs and exits stage right. The lights begin to fade out. When they come back on, we're back in Ollie's bedroom, and Ollie is sitting on their bed, writing in a notebook, while Lucy enters from stage left.
I know what you did.
Are you mad at me?
No, not at all. You got the closure you needed.
Lucy walks over to Ollie's desk, takes the chair from it, and pulls it up to Ollie's bed. In her hand, she holds a stack of papers. Ollie doesn't really begin to pay attention, but Aunt Lucy reads them.
As of today, September 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the power invested in me, Judge Lucius Andrews, 17-year-old Ollie Williams is officially and legally under the guardianship of Lucille Williams.
Wait.
I told you I got you.
Ollie practically leaps across the bed, crying as they hug their aunt. Aunt Lucy begins to cry as well, and the lights fade out to happy music playing in the background. Scene 9. The scene opens with Ollie sitting anxiously on a bench. Their leg is bouncing up and down, and the sound of birds and crickets can be heard. The stage is mostly dark, as it's supposed to be nighttime. Ollie's holding several blankets, with a few others piled up beside them on the bench. Max enters from stage right, and Ollie's leg stops bouncing. They stand up and walk to meet them halfway.
You came.
I said I would, didn't I?
The two teenagers smile at each other for a minute, but then as it feels as it's beginning to get awkward, Ollie takes Max's hand and leads her to the bench. They move the blankets off of it, and the two of them sit down, still holding hands.
I didn't know this place existed.
Not many people do. Dad used to work for the people that own the land, and he used to take me here all the time. When he passed away, they bought this bench.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it is. I've never brought anyone here before. Not even Aunt Lucy comes here with me.
Really?
I knew that the person I wanted to bring here had to be special. You're special, Max. I'm so sorry I was such a jerk last time.
You weren't a jerk. I've thought about it a lot, and I forgive you. Honestly, if I hadn't been so frozen in fear, I probably would have run out too.
One day, we won't have to worry about all of that. We won't have to hide behind closed doors and wonder if Meadow's gonna come barging in.
One day.
Music begins to slowly play as Ollie spreads out the blankets on the ground. Once they're there, Max and Ollie move to sit on them, Ollie's arm around Max as they both stare at the sky. During the song, they dance in almost the pure darkness with the background of the galaxy behind them.
When the night's clear like this, you can see 1,000 stars. Did you know they all have names? It doesn't matter what we know or how far away they are. They all have one to claim. In a way, it's like us in the grand scheme of things, even though we're so small. To some, it means nothing, this insignificant, but to us, it means it all. You and me, we breathe among the stars. We're 2 of 7 billion, but we know exactly who we are, made for each other. 2 souls meant to be, and though many still won't get it, it sounds pretty good to me among the stars. There are 7 billion people living on this earth. Did you know? They one to play. Yeah, it's just like us, not everyone will know the challenges we face. Just as insignificant to this grand scheme of life, but we both have our place. And you and me, we breathe among the stars. We're 2 of 7 billion, but we know exactly who we are, made for each other. 2 souls meant to be, and though many still won't get it, it sounds pretty good to me. There are people out there who haven't got a clue. They've never heard of me and they've never heard of you. They go about their lives, live without a care. They'll never even know we were there. But you and me, we breathe among the stars. We're 2 of 7 billion, but we know exactly who we are, made for each other. 2 souls meant to be, and though many still won't get it, it sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, you and me, we breathe among the stars.
They kiss once more as the music begins to fade out. When it finishes completely, they pull apart again, grinning from ear to ear.
I've been waiting to do that since I was 13.
Me too.
They go to sit on the blankets again, but this time Max pulls Ollie into her arms. When all seems calm, Max talks again.
Tell me about your dad.
He was a great man. He was a history teacher at the middle school, but he never got to teach me. He also loved debate club, like seriously loved it. In middle school, he coached us all the way to state championships. He used to tell me that by the time I was in 8th grade, we would be impossible to stop. But then
Max doesn't comment as Ollie trails off, and instead she softly strokes their hair in silence. Ollie collects himself for a minute.
he was leaving his classroom really late one night. He used to go up there to clear his head, and him and Aunt Lucy had gotten into a fight a couple days earlier. This drunk driver ran a red light, and then
Ollie bursts into tears, and Max continues to comfort them.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Aunt Lucy got really mad. I don't think she was mad at anyone in particular, just at the world. She left without saying goodbye the day after the funeral.
But she came back?
Yeah, for me, I think.
There's silence for a few seconds as Ollie begins to cry. Max looks concerned and pulls them closer, kissing the top of their heads.
It was my fault, you know?
I doubt that.
No, really. I told Aunt Lucy that I thought I liked a girl. Mom overheard, and when Aunt Lucy accepted me, they got into a huge fight about it. Mom told Dad that he had to choose between her and us.
Your dad wouldn't accept you?
I don't think Mom told him what the fight was about. I just think she said Aunt Lucy was a bad influence.
Holly, that wasn't your fault. If anything, it was your mom's.
I know.
Then say it.
What?
Say it isn't your fault.
I'm not going to. It wasn't my fault.
What was that?
It wasn't my fault.
I still can't hear you.
It wasn't my fault!
Yes.
Ollie smiles at Max again, and Max pulls him closer. They sit quietly for a few seconds before Ollie kisses Max's cheek.
Can I kiss you again?
Yes.
Max holds Ollie's face as she kisses them, and Ollie kisses back. The lights begin to fade out as an instrumental of the previous track plays. End scene. Scene 10. The scene opens with Mrs. Jacobs' classroom, but it's much busier than normal. There are several people in the little desk as well as standing around. Aunt Lucy stands with Ollie, who is dressed in their best attire. Max walks over to them from stage right, holding a flower. She taps their shoulders and hands it to them.
Good luck today, Stargazer.
You too.
They shake hands just as Miss Jacobs hits her podium with the gavel. Everyone stops talking and turns their attention to her, and she smiles at the crowd.
I'm so glad we have such a good turnout for our captain debate, but I do need everyone to settle down, please. Max and Ollie are just about to begin, and we need this to seem like the professional environment that we see in regular competitions.
As the rest of the people begin to walk to the back, stage left, or sit at the desk, Ollie and Max walk towards the front, stage right. Miss Jacobs smiles at them as they shake hands.
As many of you know already, 4 weeks ago, Max and Ollie were given the topic of non-binary gender identities. Max will be arguing for them while Ollie will be arguing against. If both of our competitors are ready.
Wait!
Suddenly, Meadow comes running in from stage right. She stops on her stage, staring at Ollie, who looks confused. She takes a deep breath.
You were right.
What?
You were right, Ollie.
Without another word, Meadow moves to stage left and takes a seat in an empty desk. Everyone looks confused, but Ollie smiles softly.
Well, then, okay. If there are no further interruptions, I'd like to proceed with the debate. We had a coin toss earlier this week in class to determine who would go first. So, Ollie, you're free to start us off.
Music begins to play and the lights fade out until there is only a single spotlight on Ollie. Track 14, Change My Mind. Yeah, that means work. Music cuts out and Miss Jacobs brings her gavel on the podium. The lights flood back in and everyone stares at her in anticipation.
You both put in an amazing amount of effort, and I am so proud of each of you. Fortunately, I do have to decide a winner. Our debate team captain this year will be...
The room begins to hit their hands on the desk and stomp their feet in a sort of drum roll.
Max!
The crowd cheers, and even Ollie is grinning as Miss Jacobs hands her the bouquet of flowers. After a minute, Ollie runs over and hugs Max, who hugs him close to her.
I'm so damn proud of you.
Let's go celebrate.
Where would we even go?
I know a place.
Max grins at the audience as everyone continues to clap and the lights begin to fade out. When the lights come back on, the kids are in the same room that all of the Dungeons and Dragons sessions have taken place in. All of the teenagers are in there. Ollie, Max, Elle, Fit, DJ, and Nikki. Ollie and Max are wrapped up in each other while the others stand around the table with them. They're all holding drinks. And yeah, they have a really cheesy song here, but it isn't finished. The group comes to the front and smiles one more time at the audience. The lights fade out, end scene, end act 2, and end debating the dice. We did it! Oh my goodness. Okay, so before everybody goes, we're gonna do a slight curtain call. It's not a curtain call, we don't have curtains. Unfortunately, we don't know how to make curtain effects on this, but we're gonna start with our ensemble and move our way up. We're gonna go backwards on my character sheet. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so our amazing ensemble playing Noah, we have Nell. Playing Crew, we have Misaki. Playing Crew, we have Misaki. Playing Evelyn, we have Claire. And playing Phoebe, we have Camille. Okay, next our teenagers. Playing Fit, we have Serena. Playing Nikki, we have Darren. Playing Elle, we have Ella and also her amazing understudy, Julia. Playing DJ, we have Janine. Playing Max, we have Tessa, also our amazing composer. Playing Mrs. Jacobs, we have Trisha. Playing Aunt Lucy, we have Sam. Playing Meadow, we have Aaron. Playing Diana, we have Maria. And finally, our lead, our Ollie, Hannah. Thank you all so much for helping me bring this musical to life. This would not have been possible without any of you. Just thank you guys for everything.
Thank you, Skip, for creating this.
It was a wonderful time.